Much. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the session on how to create personal brand via LinkedIn. And very warm welcome to all of you for joining the Best Institute of India for your executive PGDM course from the XLRI. I hope you must be excited in your MBA journey with XLRI.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very
Very
much.
much.
Yes, sir. Very much excited.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes,
much.
sir. Pretty excited.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let's start our session now. First, quickly, I will introduce myself. So my name is Priyanka Ahuja. I have around 13.5 years of work experience in multiple industries. I did my graduation from JIIT Noida. I graduated in 2007. I started my career with Nokia as a product development engineer. And thereafter, I joined ZTE as a product specialist. And thereon, after I joined Vodafone as a operations manager. And thereafter, 2 years working as operations manager, I transformed my role into the program manager role, and then I moved to the marketing strategy and transformation role. And so I worked there for around 6.5 years and taken care of the 3 different roles of multiple regions of India. And thereafter, I joined TCS as a pre-sale consultant and account manager and taking care of the global telecom operators like Optus Australia, Safaricom Kenya, Vodafone UK, Sprint PCS and ATS US. And thereafter, I joined Accenture as a full-time corporate trainer and coach. And after 1 year, I took a started studying with the ISB. My major was strategy and leadership, and specialization was in finance. And upon graduating from ISB, I did started again back with Accenture as a management consultant. And after 2 years, I moved back into the product manager role. And this is my recent role working with Accenture. Apart from that, I am also associated with multiple organizations like 1K Degrees Consulting, Bridge Project, consulting clubs and societies of multiple institutes, and provide mentorship to the B School students and engineering students who always find difficulty in their career path navigation. And I provide assistance so that they can select the best role and they will leverage their skills and competencies to get their dream role in the dream company. So that is the profile snapshot from my side. So let's start our LinkedIn learnings, what you can learn from this LinkedIn portal. Before jumping into the presentation agenda or session agenda, first, I will let you know that why this LinkedIn is very important. See, this LinkedIn platform is very different from just like Instagram, Facebook, or WhatsApp. It's completely different. And those who are completely new on this platform, today you will gain a lot of things from this platform, what it is actually doing. It's not about just creating a personal brand. It will do so much more things. And you will understand the importance of each and every parameter in the LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a professional networking platform. It's also create your own personal brand. It will also help you to search the job, internship, and it is also help you to do the networking with any organization, any professional, or any person, or any CHRO. So that's how this LinkedIn will come into the picture. And it also provides a lot of learning opportunities just by browsing your content feed. So I will discuss each and every parameter about this LinkedIn platform. So first, we will discuss about your own objective, why you want to use the LinkedIn, and what is your target audience, means which and whom you want to connect on your platform. Then secondly, we will discuss about how you can create impressive profile and how you can optimize your profile, because this is your visibility on the internet. And actually it is creating your digital profile or digital resume copy. Then we will discuss about the connection game, how you can connect with a person and how you can start the networking. Then in order to engage with multiple professionals on the platform, how you can write the content and how you can generate the leads and drive the engagement with the people. And lastly, how you can send the invite. And if suppose people are not responding to your connection request, then how you can send the follow-up messages, or how you can take gentle follow-ups. What will be the message structure, and up to how much time you can try your follow-up messages. That the key things you need to remember from this workshop, and these will be your key takeaways. So let's start one by one. So first is, you need to have a clarity about what you want to achieve from the LinkedIn, because this platform will be used in networking. Networking means you can connect with another person for achieving some objective. Like it can be learning, it can be a job, it can be your internship, or it can be your employee referral. Second thing is, are you clear that you want to create your own personal brand, or you want to search for a job, or you want to generate leads? Leads means, suppose if you are a co-founder or a founder and you want to generate your profitable business for your startup, then how you can generate your leads? By approaching the clients. So your objective should be very clear why you want to use the LinkedIn, and you cannot achieve all the objectives at the same time. You need to focus on one objective at a time. The reason being is, if you try to focus on 4 objectives at the same time, then it will conflict with rest of the objectives. But if you focus on building your own personal brand, which is a subset of each and every other objective. So if you just focus on your building your personal brand, then rest of the objectives will be achieved up to 30 to 40%. But if you achieve your objective only for networking, or you can say generate leads, then rest of the objectives will not matter. So building your personal brand is most important. Thereafter, you can focus your objective towards networking or getting a job or getting or generating a leads. Okay, so let's start one by one. Suppose if you want to search for a job, first of all, you need to ask yourself that what do you do? Means what is your unique selling proposition? Why people they should hire you? And what is special about you? And what are your dream companies and your industries? You need to prepare a checklist for yourself. You cannot apply randomly for each and every role for each and every company. You need to prepare and know a list so that you can apply to your specific companies only. And as you are doing the MBA from a leading B school like XLRI, obviously you need to pick up the right job with the right skill set, with the right industry. You cannot apply for each and every role. So first, you need to be very specific which company or which role you are targeting, and how you can get your job or interview offer, to whom you can reach out, and whether this is a potential candidate of the company or recruiter or hiring manager. You need to have a thorough understanding. This much homework you need to do on your own, then only you can get desired outcome. So this can be done by identifying your potential target groups using the LinkedIn search bar. LinkedIn search bar is very good option where you can apply your Boolean algebra, your normal text, or your multiple combinations to get the desired search outcomes. I will show you the demo also when the presentation part is over, and I will tell you how you can search those people with an effective manner. Now, you have to first build up on your own profile. Now, how you can build up your profile? In your resume, there are 6 components are there, like your education, your work experience, your extracurricular activities, your you have academic projects or internship experience, and you have your hobbies also. So 6 components are primarily applicable in your resume. But in case of LinkedIn, you have multiple other components, like your volunteer experience you have endorsement, you have skill sets, and you also have your recommendations. So each and every element you need to properly enter your details, and you have to optimize. Now, what is the meaning of optimize? Optimize means enter the right information, or I can say precise inputs, which you will be able to search yourself with the help of the desired keywords. And whosoever is going to search you on the platform, you will be able to get at the top of those lists. Means you should able to rank yourself in the top 10 or top 20. Now, how you can do that? You have to pick up the right keywords. Let me show you the snapshot. If you just mention the marketing manager, you can try in the search bar, you will get these 2 people always come on the top. But why? Because they have entered the right keywords, and that's why, and they have so much keywords repeated in their profile. That's why they are coming at the top. So similarly, when you are creating your own profile, you need to highlight those keywords with multiple frequencies in your profile, so that you will be rank yourself at the top of the list. That's how your profile becomes searchable in the searching criteria. Now, how you can rank yourself at the top? There are certain criteria. First is you can write a precise headline. You can mention your current designation. You can mention your current endorsement. Endorsement means the skill sets. Like suppose if you are going to search for a role of a management consultant, then in the endorsement, you should have business strategy, business planning, consulting, and problem solving. These are the skills should be mentioned in the endorsement. You should have proper shared connections, which people have the similar attributes which your profile contains, and the past designation and the location preferences. So that's how these parameters will help you to rank at the top. I will also show you this demo after this presentation part. Now, these are the couple of profile optimization steps. Let me explain one by one. When you are creating your own profile, this is a sample dummy profile I have on the screen. So this is called as your profile banner image or cover picture. Some people are saying as cover picture, but in LinkedIn, it is a profile banner picture. Now, in this profile banner picture, by default, they will give you sky blue color background. But this is the most important area which you can highlight your USP, that is unique selling proposition. So you can customize this page as per your own needs. Now, how you can do that? The best software applicable in the market is canva.com, canva.com. This is a ready-made template or a customized template you can prepare and mention those keywords. Like what you do. Suppose you are a founder of the startup, then you can mention what kind of business you are doing, and you can mention the call to action, how the people will contact you. Or you can just mention your logos, or you can mention just about your company names or the other key points, whatever you are doing in the market, each and everything you can highlight it. Now, why this is important? Let me tell you very basic thing in this platform. The moment you open any profile, by default, your vision will strike at the photograph. And when the eyes started moving, they will focus on what it is mentioned in this profile banner. If it is completely blank, then they will focus just only on the profile picture and this data. But if when you mention the details in this profile banner or cover picture, then eyes get attracted what you have mentioned here. That's how you can get more visibility in the cover picture. So it's a key area of your profile. So this is your cover picture, and call to action means how the people will contact you. It is not advisable you should mention the contact number, but email ID should be there. And this is called as your profile headline or title. How you will be able to search in the search bar of the LinkedIn. Means suppose I am the person, if suppose I want to search this person, but I don't know this person. But if I type the growth hacker, then with this growth hacker, so many people will come up in the profile search bar, in the search algorithm, then automatically I can get this name. So if you mention the desired title in your LinkedIn headline, then the other person will be able to search. Okay. Now coming to the second dummy profile, I can show you. This is the second profile. You can see this lady has given so many parameters to build your own personal brand. She is a LinkedIn profile coach, LinkedIn personal branding coach, and she is dealing with clients to provide the branding objective on the market. Now, if you see this title, she has mentioned the objective, what she is doing. I help people and startup to build LinkedIn brand organically. So you can write your own creative headline into this bar, which is searchable in the LinkedIn platform, and the other person will get attracted towards your profile automatically. Either you can write just small keyword like trainer, speaker, founder, or either you can write your creative headline. Both will work. But LinkedIn will provide you opportunity to enter just 4 lines only, not beyond 4. Only 4 lines data you can enter it, but be very specific what you want to achieve. Suppose you want to target yourself as a marketing professional, then you can mention as, I am a passionate marketer for providing creative solutions to the client. Or suppose if you are looking for a job in the product management, then you can mention as passionate product manager used to delight the customer experience. That's how you can create your own tagline. Okay, but make sure the profile picture should be professional. You should not upload any kind of selfie like this. This is not at all acceptable, especially for the B school student. For entrepreneurs, it will be accepted, but for B school aspirants, you should not apply any kind of selfie. You should always apply the professional photograph only, because if the profile looks professional, then automatically you will get more leads from the people. Now coming to the About Me section, this is another area where you can project yourself. This is the thing which you can highlight in your profile to answer the question, tell me about yourself. When you are giving any interview for the job, interviewer always start with the first basic question, tell me about yourself. So this is the area which you can introduce yourself, and you are allowed to enter maximum 1300 words in this area. But don't write in multiple paragraphs. Just mention in 2-3 paragraphs with appropriate spaces so that the readability will be improved. So this is your own introduction. It's up to you how you can introduce. And most of the people are actually using this space to introduce themselves, which is not covered in their resume. I repeat, which is not covered in the resume, they will highlight it. And lastly, they will mention in their call to action, how they can contact it, or if they have created their own hashtag, the people can follow and they can read their own content also. So this is how you can create your About Me section. There are other parameters also there in your profile, which is called as featured. Now, what is this featured? Featured is basically your own personal branding option. LinkedIn will allow you to showcast 5 featured options. This will help you to increase your visibility on the platform. Because the moment the About Me section is over, if the person is scrolling down your profile, then the featured section will automatically grab the attention of a person. And maximum 5, you can highlight it. It can be anything. It can be your own content. It can be your own product or services you are providing, or it can be anything which someone has tagged you on the profile. So this featured you can use to showcase your own testimonial. You can link to your own website. If you have created your own website, you can link to that. Or if you achieve any kind of certification, you can highlight it. The best part of this featured is the other person get attracted towards your profile and they can understand your USPs. So far, any doubt, please do let me know. Guys, so far, any doubt? Any questions?
Sir, can you please repeat the software that is used for, that you said in starting for feature part?
It is Canva. I am writing in the chat window also. CANVA. CANVA. Okay.
Sir, how is this testimonial different from the endorsement? Testimonial in the feature.
Okay, great. Testimonials are just appreciation which you are giving each to everyone. Just like suppose you are the classmate of, and suppose in a batch you have suppose 115 students are there, then you can acknowledge each other about their good work. Like I like this person, I like their sincerity, punctuality, and they admire their good work. And I have did some project work with this person. I really like their enthusiasm and appreciate their work. This is actually a testimonial because you are appreciating for just one piece of task. Endorsement means you are explaining the skill set and competencies of other person. Like suppose digital marketing, product management, management consulting, or marketing strategy or digital marketing. These are the skill set which person possess. So this is actually your endorsement. Whereas one more thing is also there, which is called as recommendation, which I will explain in a couple of slides. Recommendation means how you know that person, what was your relationship with that person, especially personal or professional, anything, and why you are recommending that particular person, and why this person will be proved as a valuable asset to the organization. if you rank yourself with respect to testimonial, endorsement, and recommendation always have highest priority, because recommendations will always bring trust, assurance, and reliability on your and credibility on your profile. Whereas testimonials always come at the last stage, because you are just appreciating each other. So give higher weightage to the recommendations, then endorsement, and then your testimonials. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey sir, Shivangi this side. I just wanted to check if we have worked in different companies and on different roles. So in which section should we cover all those details?
You need to cover on experience section.
Okay.
I will come on the
Featured will not come into that category, right?
No, featured, you highlight only those skills for which you are looking for the next job. Suppose if you worked in operations, or suppose marketing, or suppose you may have worked in sales and distribution, but next job you are searching for digital marketing. So you can highlight the digital marketing in the featured section only.
Okay.
Don't mention each and every skills in the featured, otherwise the recruiter will get confused for which profile you are looking for.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Now coming to the experience section, which I was just explained to Shivangi. So this is the experience section in which you can mention each and every employer. Just this is a profile of a student which is working on multiple internship in their B-school study, that is NDIM. So you can see that you can mention what was the title of your the job title, just like summer intern, for which company you are working, from which duration to which duration you can mention, and you can mention those points. Now, there is a strategy to highlight these points. You have to always use STAR approach. STAR approach means situation, task, action, and result. I repeat, situation, task, action, and result. And this STAR approach you can also use in your textual resume also when you are sitting for the placement. Now, let me explain why you have to use this STAR approach. Suppose you have executed a task, then you need to explain why you executed a task, what was the action, and what was the outcome. Suppose you did a competitive analysis for one of the client. So suppose you did the competitive analysis, which helps you to analyze the benchmarking process, and you have taken action, and with the help of the action, you have increased the customer revenue from 10% to 15%, or reduce the customer complaints, or increase the customer experience, or improve the net promoter score. You need to be mentioned in numbers or in percentage. Just like see this line, interacted with around 180 customers in a day with a conversion rate of 35%, thereby understanding the customer buying behavior towards different FMCG products. So if you mention the numbers or percentages, it shows your credibility on your profile. The more numbers you mention, the more credible person you are. And as a B-school student, you always have to highlight the numbers. If you don't have the numbers, then mention in percentages, but make sure it should be realistic or reasonable. I repeat, it should be realistic or reasonable. Suppose you worked on, any ITIL work. Suppose those who are software engineers in this session, let me explain. Suppose you worked on for a client, and suppose you have resolved 300 incidents in last 6 months. But if you are supposed to write your prior work experience in terms of IT company, how you can write that? I have resolved 300 incident tickets in this duration, which helps to reduce the cost, or which helps in cost optimization of $500 million in third quarter or second quarter. If you mention like this, it will show your impact, that why you are accountable for this particular task, which helps in either business development or cost optimization or generating profitability for the organization. You have to correlate with the business keywords. So each and every point you need to frame like this. I know it's very time consuming, but it's a one-time effort. So same thing you need to replicate in your textual resumes. This is very, very important. Okay. Now coming to the skills and endorsement. After this experience, you will get a skills and endorsement. So see that this person has been endorsed by so many people. This endorsement will be done by other people, not you. Means suppose in your connection list, you have 1000 plus professionals. They will endorse you on those skills. They will endorse you on those skills. The maximum size you can see is just 99 plus only. 99 plus means it can be 100 also, it can be 2000 also. But there is no restriction. It is there on which whether they want to endorse you or not. But you need to rank these three skill set in order. LinkedIn allows you to highlight 50 skills. LinkedIn allows you to highlight 50 skills. But at the profile page, you will see only 3. If you click on see more, then the list of 50 will automatically open. But you need to mention those 3 skills at the top. Suppose you are looking for marketing manager role, then mention your skill set as marketing strategy, marketing research, or brand management. So top 3 skills of marketing should come on at the top. Similarly, if you are looking for product manager role, then what are the 3 skills? Product strategy, product marketing, and go-to-marketing strategy. For each and every role, you need to pick up those 3 keywords and rank them at the top 3 so that the people will be able to endorse you. And this can be done by other person. Your own colleagues can do that. And lastly, your recommendation. Recommendations received means someone has given you a recommendation. Given means you have given the recommendation. But make sure recommendation should be as much precise as possible. Because if someone is going to hire you, the recruiter or hiring manager will definitely go to your profile, and this will add a lot of credibility. Make sure this should not be testimonial. It should be proper recommendation. It's really create a difference in your profile. Okay. There is one more option in LinkedIn also there, like providing services, which you can activate. If you are a startup or a co-founder or a founder, or suppose you are a mentor or a coach, and you are providing the services to the open clients, then you can highlight maximum 10 keywords. Like suppose if you are a digital marketing expert and you are helping the clients in lead generation or search engine optimization or email marketing or social media marketing or growth hacking, then you can pick up those 10 keywords and highlight it in the providing services, so that it will help you to generate business and generate leads for your account. This is purely optional, but those who are in the freelancing domain, they can avail it. Okay. So this was all about the profile building and optimization. Now we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is connection game, how you can connect it. First of all, you need to understand to whom you want to connect. Especially connect with those people which will help you in a longer run, whether in terms of learning, in terms of employment opportunities, or just like referral, or suppose searching for a job or searching for internship, or you can say live project. So connect with those people only. Or suppose you want to learn, you are a big fan of a person, they are posting a good content who inspire you on the daily basis, then you can connect with those people. So understand what will be your target audience. Let me help you in giving more examples. Suppose you are looking for a job in management consulting, then connect with the people who are in this particular domain. This will be your TG. TG means target audience. Suppose you are looking for a job in marketing, then marketing people should coming under your TG. Don't connect with those people who are not belongs to your career aspirations. Just like suppose you are aspire for suppose product management, but you are connecting with the authors, bloggers, and writers. This will not help you in a longer run. Because the maximum limit which you can add in your account is 30,000 connections only. Although 30,000 connections is a very big count, but there is a limit of 30,000. So make sure you should add the right people who can inspire you and who can help you in your learning process. And if you feel that 30,000 connections are already filled up, then start removing those irrelevant connections. Just like you rarely talk with those people, you rarely interact with those people, and they are never reply on your messages, then remove those irrelevant people. There is no point to maintain the relationship in the future. So start removing those irrelevant connections if your 30,000 count is going to exhaust. Now, how you can add new connection? This is a very, very important point you need to remember. Don't send more than 100 connections requests in a day. Otherwise, you will be barred by the LinkedIn for 1 week. LinkedIn will flag on your behavior and attitude what you are doing on this platform. If you are sending random connection requests to each and every person, more than 100 connection requests, then they will bar you, and for next 1 week you will not allow to send any connection request. But if you want to build a network, start with 20-30 connections in a day, increased up to 90, but don't cross 90 because 100 is the maximum. And don't send connection requests to the random strangers. Understand their profile and then send the connection request. And the most important part is don't send the connection request without personalized note. This is very, very important. Always include personalized note. Personalized note means you can add your message, which is acting as your elevator pitch. Why you want to connect with a person. You have to mention the reason. You have to mention the reason, and you are allowed to explain the reason in 300 characters only. Means maximum 3 sentences you can mention. So how you can mention? You can mention with a greeting, then mention why you want to connect, the purpose, and then with your closing remark. That is sufficient enough. Just small message will make wonders in your life. Okay, so please include personalized note. I will show you the personalized note template in the next slides also. Now coming to the connections. There are 2 types of connections are there. One is called as 2-way connection and second is called as 1-way connection. And that is called as following. If you click on the connect button, then if the person accept your request, then you can send the message and the other person can send the message. This will become your 2-way communication. But if you see few of the people who has enabled deliberately the follow button, it means their 30,000 connections has been exhausted, and that's why they have enabled the follow button. The follow means whatever they post, the content, whatever they do, anything on the LinkedIn, it will come into your content feed, but you are not able to interact with that person. Whatever they do on the platform, it is visible to you. But whatever you perform any activity on your platform, it is not visible to the other person. It's a 1-way connection. So use the follow button only for influencer, and for those people whom you don't want to connect in future, use the follow button. But if you want to interact with the person, click on the connect button. But suppose if any profile which is showing as follow button, then how you can get the connect button? Click on more, then the drop down menu list will be open, and then click on connect button. I repeat, if suppose any working professional or any individual has enabled the follow button, then how you can see the connect button? Click on more, and then you will see the connect button. Now coming to the where the personalized note is coming up. When you click on connect button, then another window will open, and at the bottom it will show you as add a note. And add a note, then the window will be opened. You can add 300 character words. I will show you also the demo after this PPT part. Okay, so that was the connection game. Now let's understand how you can engage with the people. Means how you can create networking on this particular platform. LinkedIn is around having 610 million users and around 150 million corporate account. So totally 760 users are there, including individual, including corporates. But hardly 1% of the people are creating the content. Now, what is this content? Content can be any poll, it can be any message, it can be any infographics, or it can be any message which they write on their platform, and it is visible in your content feed, and anybody can read that. Now, why people are doing this content writing? Suppose if I created my account and suppose you are connected in my list, then how you can interact? And after connecting me with in your profile, after some time you will completely forget me, and you don't know what I am doing on this platform. But if I am continuously pushing my content on my profile, you will be able to see what I am doing on this platform, and what is my niche area, and what are my skill set and competencies, what type of content I am posting, whether I am hiring someone or whether I am putting up any open positions on the platform. How you can know that? You will be able to understand with the help of looking at that content. So content is the best way to engage on this platform. It increases your visibility and the people will notice you. They will understand who are you, what you are doing, and whether you are a beneficial for a particular individual or not. Or automatically it will drive your own tracking. That's why content is very important. And content are of two types. First is if you write on your own profile so that others will start engaging. Or suppose if you don't write content on your own, but others are putting the content on their profile, but you can like, comment, or react on their profile, on their content. The moment you put any like or comment, it will be notified to all the connections in your list as well as the other person list. So it is visible to majority of the candidate or people on the LinkedIn platform. So either if you are fond of writing, then put content on your own profile. Or suppose if you are not interested in writing, it is time consuming, then start interacting or engaging in their content by like or comment or share. Then automatically it is visible in their account as well as in your account. That's how you can create engagement at maximum level through the LinkedIn platform. Okay. So far, any doubt before explaining the content part?
Hi, sir. Good evening. Niharika here.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt regarding the personalized note for LinkedIn request. So when we are in that pop-up to add note, we are, we experience that there are some generalized messages from LinkedIn as well. I mean, they are suggested to us. So is there a way to make our, to make our own, personalized message in the suggested option so that we can just click on it and send it?
You can always create your own personalized message. LinkedIn will not give an exclusion on this, that you should always use their suggested criteria message. You can create your own personalized message, and every personalized message should be different for each and every individual. Suppose if you are approaching a recruiter, then your message will be different. Suppose if you are approaching your own XLRI alum, then your message will be different. Or suppose if you want to connect with influencer or any good content writer, then your message will be different. So automatically the purpose part will be different. So you can create your own message.
True, sir. I agree with you. But what I wanted to know was, is there a way to store these, generalized messages as draft in LinkedIn somewhere so that it would be easy?
No. There is no way. You have to create on your on the go only. There is no way to store those generalized message. And generalized message, please don't try this option. It will never work. It will never work. You cannot copy paste the same message to each and every person, because each and every skill set and competences is different. Their need and wants are also different, and their purpose is also different. Suppose if you send the message to me, it will work for me, but it will not work for the other person. You cannot use the same generalized message for every person. It will never work. You can try that. It will never work. And hardly takes only 5 minutes to create the message. It will not consume so much time. Okay.
Sir, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Well,
good evening, sir. Prabhakar this side.
Yeah, Prabhakar.
Yeah, sir. I wanted to know the post that we create on LinkedIn. So will it be visible to all our connections, or will it be visible to only connections that are active at that particular time, or what is the how does it work?
Okay, great. Nice question you have asked. First, I will explain the content part. Then I will tell you how it is visible to each and every person. Then I'm explaining right now.
Okay, sure.
First, I will explain what are the type of content. Then I will discuss about the visibility part. The content can be of any form. It can be any story. It can be any case study you can write. It can be any poll. It can be any trending issue, just like you can see right now, Corona or COVID or oxygen cylinder or hoarding issues are trending on the LinkedIn platform. It can be your voice, your opinion, or it can be anything which is trending on the LinkedIn platform. But each and every content should having the three parts. First is the hook, second is the body, and third is the call to action. Let me explain these three ingredients. The moment someone put any content, it looks like this. Only 2 lines will be visible, and you will get an option of see more. There are two people, they have posted the content. You can see it is visible on your smartphone application or the desktop version. You will get the see more only. But if you click on see more, it will be expanded like this. Suppose this is the expanded like this. So this portion which is visible on your screen, this is called as hook. This is called as hook. And the moment you click on this see more button, you will get the body of this content. And lastly, you will get the call to action, that is a follow. So this is the strategy you need to create the content. If you create a bulky paragraph, complete paragraph without any spacing, then you will never see the see more button. Complete post will be visible, but nobody is going to read it. It is the same thing, just like someone send you bulky paragraph in your WhatsApp, you never read it. You will just scroll up. But if you give no spacing on these lines, then each and every person will start reading in a proper way, because it will increase your readability. And lastly, you should always write with a question so that people will start commenting on your post. Now, how you can increase the visibility? If people or individuals in your contact list start commenting, then your reachability will be increased 3 times. If suppose they only like, then reachability will be increased only 1x. But comment will give reachability as 3 times, 3x. But if the person will start sharing the content, there is an option also there, that is share. If they click on share, then reachability increased by 6 times. This is the algorithm of LinkedIn. Now, the moment you start clicking on like button, then the post will be visible into your account as well as the other person account. But if you comment, then the post is not only visible in your account and their person account, but also to your 2nd degree connection and 3rd degree connections also. Means mutual list, which are the common people between you and your between the other person profile. So commenting is much better as compared to just like. So don't interact just for liking only. Start commenting on those posts also. And how you can comment? Based upon the question they have mentioned. That's increase the engagement. That's how your visibility will be increased. Now, how you can increase the visibility? Suppose you post any content, it is by default visible to your 1st degree connections only. I repeat, it is by default visible to your 1st degree connections only, whom you are directly connected. But if you include the hashtags at the last, hashtags like LinkedIn, marketing, branding, consulting, startup, entrepreneurship, or leadership, suppose, then those people who are following these hashtags, your post is automatically visible to other people as well. So using hashtag, your content will be visible 5 to 10 times. But don't use more than 4 hashtags. Otherwise, your content will never be visible to other account. Always use maximum 4 hashtags only. And one more important point, never mention any kind of URL, just like YouTube link or website link. Don't mention anything in the content. If you mention any link, then mention in the comment only. You can make a note here, follow the link in the first comment and mention the link in the first comment so that the reachability will be increased. If you mention the link here in the content box, then LinkedIn will drastically reduce your approachability of the content into the other profile. That is the most important point you need to remember while writing the content on the LinkedIn profile. Is it clear?
Hi, sir. A question from Utkarsh here.
Yeah.
Sir, the reason for LinkedIn reducing or awaiting this reachability for including a link is precisely because of spam links, or what exactly is the reason for that?
Actually, they feel that you are spamming on the LinkedIn platform, because when you are on LinkedIn, the moment you put any link on the comment on this message body, then they feel that the customers will directly deviate and divert toward that external link. That's why they drastically reduce your content reachability. If you mention in the comment now, then the reachability will be retained as it is, because they treat like that engagement part only. that other people are starting engaging on your comment. That's why they mention the link in the comment. But if you mention the link here, then automatically the people, when they click on the link, it will divert it toward external website. That's why LinkedIn don't want to get diverted to external website. That's why they drastically reduce their reachability. Always, you always see that the good content writers never mention the link in the content body. They always mention refer link in the first comment.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, and one more thing, if you like the comment of the link, and suppose if you are getting maximum like on a particular comment, it will always come at the top. I repeat, maximum like on a particular comment always visible at the top. So make sure if you are writing any comment, make sure you start like as much as possible on the link comment so that it will be visible at the top.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, another first question from my end. Is there any sort of search engine, or like just we have on Google search engine optimization for certain profiles or certain people? Like if we search something on Google and certain contents come on top. We also have certain things on any backend codes or software.
No, it is very difficult to crack for the LinkedIn. There is no searchable, but you can optimize your profile in such a manner so that it will always come at the top. I will show you when I show you my own profile, I will explain how this will work. Just wait for a couple of minutes. I will show you my profile. I will give you the live demo. So.
Certainly, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Coming to the do's and don'ts, what you have to perform while writing the content. You have to make sure it should improve the readability. Don't write the bulky paragraph. And don't write the link in the post. It should be mentioned in the first comment only. And use only maximum 4 hashtags, which I explained. Don't use more than 4 hashtags. Otherwise, the visibility will be drastically reduced because they will treat as a spam content only. Coming to the personalized note, which is very, very important, how you can connect with a person. So mention the right message. Suppose someone views your profile, then you can click on the connect button and mention the message like, hey, you have just visited my profile and which led me to check your profile. Let's connect for the exploring common synergies between you and me for having a conversation. Suppose if someone react on your post, then you can write different message. Suppose someone comment on your post, you can write different message. Or suppose if you are going to approach for a recruiter, then you can write a precise message. Just small message will brings a lot of impact on the other person. If suppose someone is already having 20,000 connection requests, then they will add those people into their account who will mention the personalized note. I will show you the impact. Suppose if you randomly send 100 connection requests without any personalized note, hardly 30 to 40 people will accept your request. And out of these 30 to 40 people, only 1 or 2% will help you in a longer run. So what is the overall success rate? Only 2%. But if you include the personalized note for all the 100 people, 95% people will accept your request. And out of 95%, 30 to 35% people will help you in a longer run in terms of networking. So success rate has been increased from 2% to 35%, which is a major achievement from here. So always include a personalized note before sending the connection request. Don't send the connection request without any personalized note. This is the personalized note. You can see that like these are the sample. Like suppose if you want to get some help from a person, then you can create your own personalized note. Or suppose if you want to do a networking with a person, then you can mention the different person. So it's your own way how you can communicate with a person. And make sure the message should be short, crisp and clear with the help of bullet points so that you can make the other person aware why you want to connect. If suppose your message is bigger than 300 characters, then LinkedIn offers you the option for InMail. You can use the InMail option and you can write maximum 1000 words in your message, maximum 1000 words, just like you are typing an official email. And the person will get 2 alerts. One is in their messaging folder as well as by default in their email inbox folder, you will get the message. So always use 300 characters as your elevator pitch in the personalized note. If your message is big, then use email feature of the LinkedIn. Both will work. And LinkedIn provides you 5 LinkedIn email credits every month. 5 are free every month. But if you avail LinkedIn Learning or LinkedIn Premium subscription, then you will get maximum 15 every month. Okay. So 5 steps how you can do. Write the personalized note. Either you can praise the other person, ensure learning and common ground, introduce yourself, or call to action. That's the simple key steps which you can engage with a particular person. But if suppose you connect with a person and the other person don't accept your request, or suppose they have rejected your request or declined your request, then you can try maximum 3 to 4 times only by endorsing their skills, by sending the follow-up message. But if the person is not giving response to your connection request more than 2 times, then don't chase those person. Move on to the another person, because that person don't want to connect with you. So try only maximum 2 times only by sending your connection request with a personalized note. Next time you can send with a different personalized note, or endorse that particular person, or start engaging in their content and then send the connection request. That's how you can connect with a person. So multi-touch point strategy is very, very important. It's up to you how you can try and which strategies work for you. Clear? And there are, yeah.
Sir, I have a question here. Tushar this side.
Yeah.
Sir, as you mentioned about the best practices here about sending the request, being selective to send only to those who relates to your career aspiration, and also attach a personalized message. So, sir, do we have any best practice in accepting the connection request also? Let's say we get connection request out of the industry also, or from the students. So,
no, you want to accept the request or you want to send the request?
I want to understand what is the best practice in accepting the requests.
See, if you want to connect with those specific target audience only, then first have a look on their profile. If they don't send the connection request, with the personalized note, then always look for their profile. And if their profile looks appealing as per your expectation, then accept the request. Otherwise, you can decline the request. It's very easy.
I understand, sir. Sir, I have one more question about putting the experience in your LinkedIn profile. So as you mentioned about the STAR method, sir, we might be working in a profile which is on a long-term plan or the long-term strategies. So how do we mention results in those terms? Because we have left the organization and results are about to come in 22, 23 year. So
then you can mention later on, you can update your profile anytime. Now you can mention those details at the later point of time.
Okay, so right now, sir, we can only stick to STA in those cases.
Right? Absolutely.
Thank you, sir, for clarifying.
Welcome. And lastly, these are the couple of tools which you can use, which can help you for your, you can say, networking and makeover of your profile. Like if you want to check what is your assessment score on the LinkedIn, with the tool which is called as Crystal. If you find out the contact details like mail ID of your person on LinkedIn by not going through their profile detail, with the help of the tool, you just mention their name, you will get their email ID. And suppose if you want to enhance your font on the LinkedIn, then you have different tools. So different tools are there which will help you to make your task easy, and it will help you to have a better engagement on the LinkedIn. Okay, so these tools are basically used to make your life easy on the LinkedIn. Okay, so that's all from my side. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But before asking the questions, first I will show you the live demo also with the help of the profile. I will show you one profile also with you. Just give me 1 second. Let me first show you my own profile. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how you can see your own profile when the moment you log in yourself, this is how your profile will look like. Okay. So you have to click on About Me you have to click on me and then click on the view profile. I repeat, you have to click on me and then you have to click on view profile. Then your profile will automatically build up. Now this is the picture which I have created for my own profile, and I have created with the help of the Canva, and I have put the logos where I am associated with and what is my unique selling proposition. So I have highlighted 4 skills at the top. Suppose if someone wants to see my profile, but they don't want to browse in detail what I am doing on this particular platform, they don't want to go through that profile in detail, with the help of this small picture, they can understand about my niche skills and what type of brands I am associated with. So this will create a lot of visibility in terms of people on the profile, and it will be your eye-catching. So it's up to you how you can create your own template. Now coming to the profile tagline. In this profile tagline, you can mention those keywords which the people will be able to search you. The people will be able to search you. Like suppose if you want the other person will search you on the basis of product management, then you can mention those keywords on the profile headline. And you can use the separator. Either you can use comma or either you can use this vertical separator bar. This is very important for you. That's how you can mention. And you can mention your education in the column by clicking on this edit button, and automatically you can mention those details. This will come under your headline. This will be your last designation. This will be your education. Just like for in your case, you will have a XLRI. And mention your current location also, where you are working and what type of industry you are associated with that. So that's how you can mention your profile headline, your education, your profile picture and profile banner. And your profile picture should be preferable 100% professional, and make sure either it should be having a white background or cream background or sky blue background. Don't upload any kind of selfie on your profile. It will never work. Suppose if you are going to search for a job, then you can click on open to work, and in open to work, you can mention maximum 3 to 5 titles only. Just like I mentioned the dummy titles for you, you can add any title. Just like suppose if I mention as add title, suppose marketing, suppose my sales and marketing specialist, it will be added automatically. So 5 maximum job titles can be added and 5 maximum job locations can be added, and it will be visible only to the recruiters only. It will not be visible to your friends. It will not be visible to your you can say ex managers or ex companies. So this is your open to work for searching the job. Coming to the providing services. So right now I am providing mentorship or coaching to the people. So I have enabled my providing services, but for your case, you can skip right now because you are not providing any kind of employment opportunities for the other startups. Coming to that about me, which I told you, in about me, I have mentioned about what I am doing and what is my key summary. So what I did in the last 13.5 years, I have mentioned it, and what type of projects I work, I mentioned here is, and lastly, I mentioned my professional highlights and the specialities. These are the skill sets which I mentioned here, so that if suppose another person can search you on the platform, suppose type their only pricing strategy, user acquisition or retention, my profile also become visible in their searchable option. So you can mention your specialities or skill sets in the about me section also. All major achievements you can mention as the profile highlights. It's up to you how you can craft your own about me section. Coming to the featured, which I told you about it. So you can mention anything, just like suppose if you're writing any post, then automatically they will click on your post and automatically they can start understand the post. Suppose in one of the posts you get maximum like or maximum comment, you can mention it. Or suppose if you conducted any event or attended any event for any role, then you can highlight it. I have fixed maximum 5 on this featured section, but if someone wants to see my all, then they can click on see all and they can get the complete list here. They can get the complete list here. So you can drop down and other person can see each and every detail like this in the featured section. But maximum on the top, it will be visible at 5. But suppose if you have click on see all, the 100 list will automatically open up. It will be your own USP for your LinkedIn platform. So you can showcase the best work which you have done so far on the LinkedIn platform. Next is your dashboard. This dashboard is visible only to those who have availed LinkedIn Premium membership. LinkedIn Premium is a paid membership and it is visible to those only. And this is very powerful tool. I request you avail this option when you are actually starting any benefit from the LinkedIn, especially for building your own personal brand or searching for a job. It will help you to tell in 90 days how many people visited your profile. In 90 days, how many people visited your profile? Suppose if you posted any content, up to how many people the post has been reached. And this is the very, very important part, search appearances. If you look at your profile, you see that you hardly get the count of 10 or 100 or 300 only. But if you put and optimize your profile with the right keywords and put the right information in the About Me section, then automatically your search appearance will increase. This is very, very important. This means that other people are searching you with the desired keywords and you are coming in their searchable list. Suppose if recruiter is searching for any marketing professional or marketing specialist, then your profile will also come in the search appearances. Okay. Next is the activity. This will tell you about how many people are following you or how many connection lists are there and what you are doing on this engagement platform. It will be captured in the activity column. Suppose if you want to see how many people have you have engaged yourself, then click on this activity. And if you want to see how many posts you have posted it, then you can mention on this, click on the post and you can see your all post will be captured here. Now, why I am showing this activity column? First of all, connecting with any other person, you should always have a look on their profile and always go through their activity column. Always go through their activity column and understand what the other person is doing on the platform. If you want to interact with the person and if you want to understand whether this person is belonging to your own area of interest, then this is a section which will tell you most of the detail. If suppose you want to connect with a recruiter, then check whether this person is active or passive on the LinkedIn or not. And if you can see on clicking on this and the post and all the activity, how much the person is active, it is clearly visible through this particular part only. So that's how you can check the credibility of a person. If the person is fake, suppose they have created a fake profile, then you will see with the help of the follower, if the count is less than 500, the chances are more that person is fake. But if the person is genuine, they definitely have more than 500 followers. And thereafter, you can check their engagement level. That's how you can track each and every person with the help of their activity column. And 99% the people always enable their activity column. Coming to the experience which I told you, so you can mention your details like with the help of the star approach. For all the companies you can mention, for all the roles you are doing, whatever on this platform, you can mention like this on the LinkedIn platform. Coming to the education, you can highlight your maximum 2 education or 3 education, whatever you have taken. So if for your case, you can mention XLRI at the top and your graduation like BTech or BE or any other applicable, you can mention at the last. Coming to the certifications, whatever the other credentials you have achieved, like whether you did certification on LinkedIn or other parameter, you can mention it. It will automatically come in the searchable option. Suppose you did ITL Foundation, then mention the ITL Foundation. Suppose ITL Intermediate, you can mention that as well. Or suppose you did digital marketing certificate or Coursera certificate, add in those license and certifications. Similarly, for volunteer experience, with which societies you are associated with, you can mention those. So each and every experience will be countable and mention those skill sets. By default, I have enabled 3 skill sets: product management, strategy consulting, and management consulting. And 14 people and 9 people they have endorsed is as per their own wish. But if someone wants to see my entire skill set, this is my skill set which I have selected in order for the 50. Top 50 will be automatically opened. Coming to the recommendations, so 9 people has given me recommendation, 10 recommendations I have given. So that how you can do that on your own platform. And lastly is your interest part. What are your focus areas on the platform at their rank? It will coming under the interest part. Okay, so that's how you can do networking on this particular platform, but have a thorough understanding about the profile, and then you can have a look on that. Clear, everyone? So far, any doubt?
So I have a question, Gautam, this side.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please demonstrate the in-mail option? Because from my experience, if you're sending a
What's your name?
request,
What's your name?
so Gautam,
Gautam. And next,
Ahluwalia, it's AHLU
AHLU.
WALIA. Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
This one.
So you are not connecting with me right now, suppose. Okay. So if I click on connect button, by default, it will ask you to add a note. If you click on add a note, the 300 character will be automatically open. Then I can type any message. Okay. Now in mobile, so let me explain once. In mobile, if you are using the smartphone application, this add note will not be visible. This add note will not be visible. Then you have to click on more, and then you can get an option personalized note. I repeat, in desktop, you will get add note option. But in mobile, if you're sending connection request, you have to click on more, and then you will get a personalized note option. Now coming to the in-mail. Suppose I am not connected with the Gautam. Then when I click on message, then automatically the in-mail option will come up. Then you can mention your subject, then mention I can type the message. And message, I can write maximum 1000 character. And the moment I click on send, then it is automatically coming in the Gautam's message as well as in the email. But in-mail option is by default activated if the person is not connected with you. But if the person is already connected with you, then in-mail option will not work. By default, it will be always visible in the text message. Clear, Gautam?
Sure, sir. So I think there's one distinction between the normal LinkedIn membership and the premium. So my experience is when you're sending a request through the normal personalized note, I think for non-premium members, the character limit is 55 or 75. I don't remember clearly.
No. Maximum 3, if you have maximum 3 or 5, you have email content credit, and you can type 1000 character. You can try that. But if you use premium, then you will automatically get 15 email credit. Now I will tell you how you can reimburse those 15 email credits. If the person will respond to your message in next 7 days, then automatically the credit will come accumulated in your account. So it will not be wasted. But if the person will not respond you in next 7 days, then it will be automatically exhausted, and then you can try the next one.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hello, sir. Utkarsh here.
Yeah.
Sir, if somebody has done a lot of certifications, or you can say 10, 15 certifications around a year ago, those and they have no expiry. So this keep on showing in the list. But tomorrow if you set for an interview and you say, okay, I do not remember the certification details, I am not able to see an option to temporarily hide the certifications.
No, you cannot hide. You cannot hide. Whatever you mention, it will be visible. You cannot hide. You can just delete it, but you cannot hide.
Okay, delete and add it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. Nikita this side.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know about profile visibility. Like, since we can control the public profile visibility, I had seen that in settings. So should we keep our complete profile visible to public, or like how?
Okay, so let me open up my profile visibility. So if I click, let me explain once again. So you have to click, just a second. You have to click on, let me explain once again. So click on me, and then, click on me, and then click on setting and privacy, and then click on visibility, then profile view options, and click on change. By default, 3 options will be visible to you. If you want to showcase your complete profile visible, then highlight like this. Or if you don't want to show your name, just someone shows at product manager at this one, then it will be visible like this. But if you don't want to showcase your own complete identity, whosoever is visited you, then you can mention in the private view. So either it is both way. You cannot see who has viewed your profile, and the other person cannot see to whom you have visited your profile.
Hello,
sir. It's up to
what
you.
You suggest, sir? We should keep it public. That is okay, right?
See, it's up to you. what type of work you are doing on the LinkedIn. If you are just talking each and every profile, then always tick on anonymous LinkedIn user. And if you want to get attracted towards other person, suppose if you are sending connection request but other person is not accepting, then you can showcase your own profile. It's up to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So if you by default see anonymous LinkedIn member, it means the person is just talking your profile. They don't want to showcase their own identity. But you never get their details. Yeah. Any other question?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
This is Raj. So thank you so much for the session. It was very informative. So I wanted to know a little more about like the way we are going forward for 1 year, and companies will be visiting us. So I wanted to know your recommendation of how about going, what the branding for as of now, being a student over here.
So, Raj, let me explain in a better way. Suppose you work with your previous manager, and suppose your manager has given recommendation on your profile. If suppose I am the hiring manager, before taking the interview, I will first of all go through your LinkedIn profile and understand what type of person you are. If someone has given any kind of recommendation, I will try to genuinely read your recommendation.
Okay.
And it will automatically give assurance to your profile that definitely if someone has given recommendation, that means you add some value in your profile. That's why someone has given recommendation. It's the same thing, just like when you are applying for MBA admission and there is an application, there is an option you have to give recommendation. I am not sure about XLRI, but in ISB and IIMS there is there. Correct me if I am wrong. There is an option for recommendation, and the moment you mention your email ID, automatically the recommendation form is approachable in their email inbox, and they have to submit their live recommendation. And whatever they submit, it is not visible to you. I am telling you because I am a part of admission panelist of ISB, and I used to take the interviews for selecting the next student and selecting the next alum. So before taking the interview, we used to go through the application and we go through the profile recommendation of their people. It can be any client, it can be any manager. And it will add a credibility to your profile and automatically the kind of questions you can ask during the interview. So get as many recommendations as possible. It will turn your interview in a different direction. So you can take recommendation from anyone. Either you can take from your professor, either you can take from your ex-manager, previous manager, or your client, or any mentor, or any kind of industry professional. But don't get your testimonial, always get recommendation. This will add credibility. Suppose you are classmates. Suppose Raj has given recommendation to Gautam and Gautam has given recommendation to Raj. This will not be considered because you belongs to the same batch.
Right.
Okay.
Sir, yeah, I understand, sir. One more thing that I wanted to ask you, two questions basically. First of all is about the recommendation that you have said.
Yeah.
I do understand that we need to get the recommendations and put the things as to what job profile we are wanting to go ahead during our placements. Can you give me some points as what not to do in those recommendations, asking when we are asking those recommendations? Second point is a little more specific, sir, that is regarding the hashtags. So when I am promoting any content on my wall over here, so what do you think? Like you have said, only there are 4 hashtags. But whenever I go and see a lot of posts, there are like at least 15-20 hashtags over there.
These are they will not. If you mention 50 to 60 hashtags, then it will be treated as a spam post, and your content will not be visible to each and every person.
Okay, so we have to be very. I think we have to select the hashtags.
Absolutely,
very specific to what the audience is.
Very specific hashtag you need to try.
Okay, and can you answer me the last question, sir?
Regarding recommendation, so regarding recommendation, you should be very specific to get the details, like how you know this person, what was your relationship with that person, like as a mentor or a coach or a suppose a client or a manager, and what was your accomplishment. You can highlight 1 or 2 maximum. And third is what are your career aspirations and why you want to recommend that person, and how this person will prove a valuable asset to the organization. If you want to understand the structure, you can go through my profile. I gave 10 recommendations to the different people who have worked under me for different live projects and internship. You can get the clarity how this recommendation structure will look like.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, hi, sir. I have one question related to
Yes,
recommendation.
Yeah, Ashika, go ahead.
Hey, sir, this is Ashika. So I had a question about the endorsement part that you mentioned. So what would be the significance of endorsing? Like if my teammates or if my batchmates are endorsing me for a particular skill or a few skills,
See,
how will that be relevant?
see, suppose both Ashika, Raj, and Shwetab has applied for a role. Suppose. And suppose in your profile, 70 people have endorsed your skill on marketing strategy. But on Shwetab, I see only 2 people have endorsed the skill. And on Raj, Raj is having 15 endorsement on the marketing strategy. If I have to rank your profile, I will rank on the basis of endorsement. It shows that 75 people give credibility to your profile. That's a huge margin. So definitely your profile will be ranked at the top as compared to Shwetab as well as Raj. That's how the endorsement come into the picture. If suppose I am the recruiter, I am going to search your profile, automatically I will rank based upon the skill set, your endorsement, as well as your recommendation. So these are the 3 filtered criteria on which your rank will come up. Endorsement you can do with your own batch. Anybody can endorse anyone because your name is not visible. But recommendations should be from the senior professionals only. So the first priority should be recommendations, then your endorsement, and then your testimonials. Yeah, Shweta?
Yeah, like my question was related to, I mean, how we are going to send the similar way the messages for connections and all. So is there any templates, I mean, where we can approach our managers in the previous organizations for recommendations or those things?
You want recommendation? I told you, you can go through my profile. After this session, you can get a clarity how the recommendation structure will look like.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, Ekta here. In LinkedIn, we have option to include research publications under accomplishments.
Yeah.
But how do we mention the impact? Because all the technical terms might not be relatable to all. So how can we cover the results?
Repeat your question once again.
Under the research publications, how do we mention the impact of the work which we have done? Because the technical terms and all might not be relatable to all. So how
you can mention in your about me section how many publications you made. You can mention the count, or suppose if you achieve any award on the publication, then highlight that award in the about me section. And you can mention the comment in the about me, refer my publication list. The other person will deliberately go to your publication list and get the detail.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, Priyanka. This is Deepika this side. So my question would be, I have witnessed a few profiles on LinkedIn who have only set the permissions to people who know their email addresses. So
yeah,
how does that serve the purpose? Because
you cannot connect with those people unless you have the email ID. And generally, the recruiters, especially the CHROs, used to enable it. Or suppose the CEO or MD generally do that because they don't want to connect with the specific crowd on the LinkedIn platform. They want to connect with their own level of people. So unless you don't know the email ID, you can't connect with those people.
Okay, because this way you would restrict your connections.
Yeah, you have they have deliberately restricted you to connect on the LinkedIn platform.
And my second question to you would be, sir, all of these features that you have elaborated to us so far, are they especially available for the paid version of LinkedIn, or are they readily available for the basic ones as well, like having 30,000 connections, sending a personalized message, all of
these are applicable for both. Free and paid. Yeah, free and paid both. Yeah.
Okay. And,
so always clean up your connection list on regular basis. Suppose right now you have a batch of 115 connections. Right now you are interacted with all the 115 people. But suppose after 10 years down the line, you are just interacting with 10 to 15 people, but your connection list will reach to the maximum threshold limit of 30,000. Then you can eliminate those people whom you are not interacting in the next 10 years. It's very simple.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions?
So this is Tanya here. You had mentioned that we can create content based on anything which is trending on LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
my question would be like, it can be anything, or it should be related to the type of work I am doing, or the
It
type
can
of
be
job I'm
anything.
searching.
It can be anything. And let me tell you the secret also, how the content will be visible to the other people. The moment you put any content, by default, it is visible to the random sample of your contact list. Suppose in your contact list, you have 15,000 connections. Suppose it is not visible to the 15,000 connection on the initial 15 minutes. In the initial 15 minutes, it is visible to maximum 100 people only. But you don't know those 100 people in your connection list. So randomly they can spread as a first priority to be visible in their content feed. If those 100 random people will start immediately like or comment on your content post, then it will become a trending post. And automatically it is visible to all remaining 15,000 of the contact connection list. But if your post is failed in initial 1 hour, then it will be died after 3 hours maximum. That's why few posts failed and few posts becomes trending on the LinkedIn platform. And there is a timing also. Always post between 9 to 12 in the morning or in the evening between 5 to 8. Then you will get maximum trending. If you post any content at the midnight, 12 o'clock, it will be died in the morning because nobody is using the LinkedIn. But if your target audience is suppose out in different time zone, then you can put your post in early morning or in the late evening, so that the other country people will be able to put the like and comment. So it depends upon your target audience.
Okay, sir, one more question I have. This is regarding the co-curricular activities. Like, should we only mention certifications about the like based on our career, or if we achieve something in a sports event or something else, which probably
It can be anything.
Okay.
It can be anything, whatever you want to showcast, which you feel that it will add credibility on your profile. Definitely, it will be add a lot of value.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good evening, Priyank sir. This is Nirdesh here.
Yeah, Nitesh.
Sir, my question was related to LinkedIn Learning platform. So I just wanted to know your views on the market value of the certifications that we do on LinkedIn Learning as compared to the other platforms like Unacademy, Udemy. So
Yeah.
what are your views on that?
See, content is very good on LinkedIn. Okay, but market credibility is low. The reason being is they don't have exam, and you can click on next button. In 1 hour, you can complete 20-hour course. That's why the market value is low. It's the same thing, Nitesh. They're just like if you take admission in XLRI, or if you take admission in NMIMS, or if you take suppose admission in IIM Sambalpur, suppose. If the entry barrier is strong, then automatically your institute value is automatically high. Okay, right. So if you take admission in XLRI, you need to have a huge score in the entrance exam. Then only you will get admission.
Right.
Same thing is applicable for certifications also. If your certification is having exam, and exam is time bound, then automatically market will value those certifications. Right now, only Coursera certifications is having huge amount of value. So try to get certification from Coursera. Then you can try from the Unacademy, and then you can try this Udemy or LinkedIn. Both will be treated as equal. So if you want to rate yourself, then always go for Coursera, because these are authentic. These are having proper exams, and they also have a quiz, which is also graded. But in LinkedIn, there is no such feasibility right now. LinkedIn has opened up their own learning platform so that people will start getting the content in affordable cost, because their vision is different. They want to acquire more customers in lower cost. But Coursera, they are charging more. One certification you need to spend $200, sometimes $300 also. But LinkedIn, they are providing free of cost in just 13,500 unlimited courses they are providing.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. But that doesn't, but I'm not telling that the content is bad. Content is very good in LinkedIn. But if you want to get the learning in lower cost, always go for LinkedIn Learning. But if you want to showcase on your CV, then go for Coursera.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Deepika.
Yeah, so one last question from my end. From my personal experience, I once had posted a content on LinkedIn, and it gave me, after one day, after 24 hours, I got a notification from LinkedIn that your post is now trending. I had 4 hashtags on that post. Now my question is my post, has my post gone trending under those particular hashtags, or it has gone trending globally?
Repeat your question once again.
Sir, I had once posted a content on LinkedIn, and within 24 hours of time, I received a notification from LinkedIn that your post is now trending. So my question here is, my post had 4 specific hashtags included in it. So my question is, has my post gone trending under those particular hashtags, or it has gone trending globally? Because if it would go,
it is on those hashtags only. On those hashtags.
On those hashtags, right? Because if it goes trending over the global platform, it should have more than lakhs of views and likes on them.
Yeah.
Right. That was my question.
So always use broader hashtag. Just like one hashtag by default you use LinkedIn. It is having 760 million users. Second hashtag you can use marketing or branding or consulting or finance or e-commerce or suppose commerce, or you can use networking or startups. These are having millions of users. If you use just a specific hashtag, just like motivational leadership quotes, or suppose happiness, or suppose you can say early rise, something like that, fancy hashtag, then you have just minimum 50 to 100 followers only. So your post will never come in the trending phase. Always use bigger and broader hashtags.
Okay. So do you have a list of those trending hashtags that would make more visibility for our content on LinkedIn?
It depends upon type of content you are posting. Na? Suppose if you are posting the finance stock market related content, then you have to use the stock market related hashtag. The first hashtag should be LinkedIn, then finance, and then commerce, and then related to the stock market, you have to put the different hashtag. But if you are making the hashtag as marketing or suppose branding, then what the marketing and branding people will do with your post if it is related to the stock market? So always use the relevant stock market as compared to your content.
Right. Thank you.
Hello, sir. This is Archita.
Yeah.
I had a doubt. Like, so you had multiple roles and multiple organizations where you served for. So when you are changing an organization and a role, are you continuously changing the skill set as well?
Yeah.
Like, but
absolutely.
Suppose. And what about the endorsements and everything under those?
I need to change the order also, na. Suppose what I did in the initial 1 or 2 years of my career, why should I highlight as a skill at the initial year? Suppose because in the initial 2 years I was working as an engineer, why should I highlight as an engineer? Because I am not going to look for my job as an engineer role, na.
Okay, so when we write in about, is it not going to affect like?
No. In about me, you need to mention what you are doing on this platform. Second, what are your career aspirations? And third, what value you are bringing on the table. So you need to talk about the future aspirations only, not for the current one, not for the past one. Okay. You always have to project yourself for the future. Suppose right now, if I am working as a product manager, then I will project myself as a product leader, so that I will target for my next role as a product leader. So you need to project yourself for the future career aspiration.
So suppose this is the career transformation for most of us. So we had an IT background and now we'll be moving towards, let's say, management background. So we should be leaving behind the endorsement and everything we had in technical side.
You have to rank at the last. Suppose if you worked in ITIL work, then mention ITIL at the last. And suppose if you are aspiring for product manager role, then mention product manager at the top. Suppose if you are working as a business development executive before MBA, then mention business development manager at the top and executive at the last. So automatically the ranking will be changed. You have to first understand what you want to do post your MBA and what type of roles you are targeting and what type of companies you are targeting. Highlight those in your about me section. Suppose if you want to, if you previously before MBA you were in IT company, now you want to work in the e-commerce company, then you can project e-commerce in the about me section.
Okay.
It is the same thing which you are doing in the resume. Na? In your career objective or some profile summary, you are mentioning about your future career aspiration. The same thing is applicable for LinkedIn.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Always talk about future, never talk about your present, no, never talk about your past. Yeah, any other questions?
Hello, sir. Makar again this side.
Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to know about LinkedIn profile importance or relevance from recruitment point of view. How it has changed before like COVID hit us, like before in 2019, and how it has been in 2020 and 21 and going forward. So has the importance and relevance increased many folds, or it's still the same that it was before?
It is always relevant earlier, and it will continue to be relevant in the future also. And these days in the virtual connect, every recruiter always visit your LinkedIn profile before shortlist yourself for the interview round or before having a discussion on the salary part. They always visit your LinkedIn profile. So don't make any kind of thing which is not acceptable on the social media platform, which creates you can say decision of not shortlisting your candidature in the further process.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, any other questions?
Sir, Arjun this side. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, this question is from my personal experience. So recently I have attended one B-School interview, and the last question that the interviewer asked was, tell me about a couple of things which you shouldn't disclose in your LinkedIn profile. Then at that rush of the moment, I just said them that maybe the project budgeting details or the costing details and some sensitive infrastructure that was used in the project at that moment. So based on your experience, can you let us know what are all the sensitive information regarding the organization or regarding the project that we shouldn't disclose in our
You should,
profiles?
if suppose you are looking for management consulting role, don't disclose the client name.
Okay.
Never disclose the client name. Similarly, for product management role, never disclose the client name. In
It's
marketing,
just the domain name.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
healthcare or the
specific
travel.
domain. Marketing, you can your clients are allowed, but in sales, client names are also not allowed. Okay. Similarly, in stock market or suppose investment banking, you are also not allowed to share the client details also. But if you are involved in trading role or risk management role, then you can mention your client name also. So it depends upon the role for which you are targeting.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. Great piece of information. Thank you.
So guys, if you have any query in future also, you can always reach out via LinkedIn or via email. I am always approachable and I will happy to assist all of any of your queries. Okay. So these are my contact detail on the screen. If you want to note it down, then you can note it down.
I can I can attest to the fact that Mr. Ahuja is actually very approachable.
Yeah.
And he has gone on and answered many questions very patiently. And sir, generally, I mean, this is so much engagement in one session because all of the students have so many questions. It is truly amazing to watch, and you've also given enough and more time to all of the questions, and you've gone into so much detail. And I'm sure as our batch also and the next batch also, as they embark upon their journeys, all of the things that they have learned, every part of it will be very useful. I used to think I have a decent LinkedIn. I've been taking notes. I've been going through my LinkedIn.
Yeah.
What are the things I can change? I used to think, okay, I have this sorted, but I've learned so much. So on behalf of all of us, all of the participants, especially those who had questions, those who were taking notes, I saw so many people taking notes. Just thank you so much, sir, for taking out all of this time. And
you're welcome. Before closing the session, I would like to share a couple of advices to all of you. So if you have time, then I will take another 2 minutes. First is, as you are studying in one of the best B schools right now, so you are creating your own brand. XLRI is the brand in the market, and you are responsible to increase the brand value of your institution. And you are also responsible for diluting the brand value of your own organization. So be very professional and be very specific whatever you are doing on the LinkedIn platform, because it will automatically reflect your credibility. The people will understand whether you are from XLRI, whether you are from NMIMS, or whether you are from any tier 4B school, they can easily detect it. But the moment they see that you are studying from XLRI, automatically they will give you higher weightage. So make sure your profile should be very, very professional if you are doing engagement via LinkedIn. This is the first thing you need to remember. And never ignore this LinkedIn profile. In future, if you are going to search any job, only LinkedIn is the tool. Placecom team will help you only once. But what will you do? Suppose if you want to change the job after 2 years down the line, then Placecom team will never help you. Only LinkedIn will help you. This is the first advice you need to remember. Second thing is, don't think for just short-term gain. Always look for long-term achievement or long-term goal. What you want to do after 10 years down the line. And prepare your own strategy. Don't change your roles frequently. Rather, you can pick up the customized roles and make sure it should be aligned with your long-term goal. Suppose if you want to become a chief marketing officer, or suppose if you want to become a sales and marketing head, suppose, then try with those roles which can align you with achieving your target of sales and marketing head after 10 years. Make sure your goal should be properly aligned with the type of roles you are choosing, and make at least 10 years down the line strategy. And third is, always develop as much skills as possible, because market is very dynamic. You see that COVID has happened right now. You are connecting with the online platform through this session, and maybe possible that another 5 to 6 months you have to do online studies till the situation is get stabilized. So develop niche skills and develop new skills also, which is relevant as per the market trend. Traditional methods are no longer valid. Just like you studied the bookish knowledge and you pass the exam, you clear the Placecom interviews and you get the desired role, these things will never work. Market has completely changed now. It's completely changed. If you want to improve yourself in terms of your career, learn as much skills as possible, because knowledge never goes waste. And LinkedIn is the best platform. You can follow those people which will help to increase your learning. And it will also tell you which skills are also important and relevant in the market. So continuous learning and engagement is also possible. So I request everyone at least spend minimum 30 minutes every day on the LinkedIn platform. Not just for sending connection requests to other people, but start engaging with those people. At least spend 30 minutes every day. Slowly, you can increase to maximum 1 hour or 2 hours in a day. And spend lesser time as much as possible on Instagram and Facebook, because this will not help you. But if you want to get your dream role in your dream company, only LinkedIn will help. Instagram and Facebook will never help. And last advice I would like to give you here is that opportunity never comes at your doorstep. You have to grab the opportunity. You have to grab the opportunity. So people are blaming that I don't get the opportunity because they are not prepared well. The first thing is, you have to prepare yourself to give the best to grab the opportunity. So whenever opportunity is coming up at your doorstep, you have to be mentally, physically, and psychologically prepared yourself to give the best shot. Then only you will be able to get your dream role. So always prepare yourself, or learn on daily basis, not only just for the exam, but participate in case competition, participate in all the networking events, and keep on engaging with the people on the LinkedIn platform. Clarify your doubts, reach out to the professionals. That is the only way to achieve the maximum from your MBA program. That is the only way. And recruiters give weightage on these case competitions or B-plan competition, business plan, or networking opportunities. They will give weightage on your placement interviews. So don't feel that you are just coming here for the marks only. Marks will never bother. Marks will valid only in management consulting interviews only. If you are planning to go for the only management consulting roles, they will prefer higher GPA. They want toppers only. But if you are planning for other roles, marks doesn't matter. They just understand what you achieve in your MBA. And final advice I would like to give you is, don't focus more towards ROI. That is the biggest problem with each and every MBA student. They always consider ROI means, suppose I am investing 15 lakhs today, I must get 30 lakhs package at the end. This is not the calculation for ROI. Those who are in finance, they will do the calculation like this, even the chartered accountant also. But this is not the way you are calculating the ROI. Now I am giving you the real ROI. ROI, the meaning of ROI is when you started this program and after the completion of this MBA program, how much behavioral change coming into your personality and how much learning you gained after this program. That is the real ROI. And this ROI will be communicated indirectly what other people are communicating. Like your personality has been changed, your leadership style has been changed, now your thought process has been changed. The other people will start giving respect to you. That is the real ROI. The ROI means the other people will tell you how much you are now a better person. Before the MBA and now post MBA, what is the kind of person you have built up, and automatically your brand value will be increased in the market. People start respecting you. Your managers will appreciate your work. Even your family members also starting giving the respect because you earned a degree from the reputed institute like XLRI. That is the real ROI. So don't never compare ROI with the money that you invested 15 lakh and then you must get 30 lakh package. That is not. You will definitely get money, but after certain amount of time. Suppose you are 100 people are there, 10 people will earn the ROI immediately. But 90 people, they will earn definitely ROI after 5 years, or some people are earning after 10 years also. If someone asks about my ROI, I will give my ROI example as that after completion of my MBA studies from ISB, I immediately become visiting faculty of other B school in next 6 months. Despite B schools never give the visiting faculty title without PhD degree, but without PhD degree, I become the visiting faculty for 3 colleges: BITS Pilani, IIM Kozhikode, as well as XIMB Bhubaneswar. This is my real ROI. If someone asks me about this, because it's very difficult. Nobody cares to give you the title of this visiting professor without PhD degree, but without PhD, I got this title. This is my real ROI. So similarly, you will definitely get different ROI based upon your experience, based upon your learning, and based upon your investment. So these are the 5 pieces of advice I would like to give you. And with that note, I wish you all the very best. And in future, if you have any doubt or query, please don't feel any kind of hesitation. You can always reach out via LinkedIn or via email, but make sure you should be very specific about your query, what you want to ask and what you want to do in your life. At least have a clarity about your question. Then definitely it will helpful for me to answer all your queries. Clear? So thank you so much. Wishing you all the very best.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.